Hey, what's up guys, Nick here, welcome back to another video, and today's video is something I am so excited to finally be doing. It's a lot earlier than what I expected, but today the postman delivered something to my house which has absolutely blown my mind. So of course there is a certain game that all of us are very excited for, and it just so happens that I have got myself a copy of Halo Infinite. That's right, the postman earlier today delivered Infinite to my house. I know you're probably thinking, Nick, this is definitely fake. There's no way you actually have Halo Infinite. Well, it's right here. It's in my hands. I have the game right here. So I thought in today's video I would actually give it a go, show you guys me starting up the game because I am so excited. I cannot wait to finally play some Halo Infinite. So if I crack open the case here, get the game out, my Halo Infinite disc, I'm so ready for this game. I'm so excited. Okay guys, so I have my Halo Infinite disc in my Xbox and I'm ready to get it started up and finally see what the game is like after all this time. I am so ready. So hopefully all of you are excited to finally see some Halo Infinite on the channel. So I'm gonna press A, start up the game, and I'm so ready for this. Okay, so the typical Microsoft intro, what you would expect from a Halo game. 343 intro. Alright, we're getting close. Oh, we're so close. I'm so excited. Where's the game? Show me this menu. Let me see what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Here it is, everyone. The Halo Infinite main menu. This is amazing. We finally have the game. I am so excited. Okay, everyone, I'm done. I'm sorry. That is what I would be like on the first day of Halo Infinite. Obviously, I don't actually have the game. This so-called copy of Halo Infinite, in reality, it's just a picture of Halo Infinite, blue tacked to a copy of Dead Rising. So if you fell for it, I don't know what to tell you. I'm shook if you were, but I'm just gonna stick that back on there just so I can stare at this every so often and just imagine that I actually have the game. But in today's video, I'll be talking about what it's going to be like on day one of Halo Infinite, and what we should hopefully expect from 343 and what they have to put in the game for it to be a good product on day one, because obviously Halo 5 had a bit of a questionable launch. Halo 5 did not have everything we would expect from a Halo game on day one, so today's video I'm going to discuss what needs to be there from the beginning and what I hope to see on day one. Okay, so let's talk about day one of Halo Infinite and why it is the most important day for us as Halo fans and also for 343 when it comes to Halo Infinite. But this goes for basically any game ever, because the first day of a brand new game is basically going to be when the most people try it out. Most people are going to hop on and at least see if they like the game or not. And if Halo Infinite makes the same mistakes that Halo 5 did, then there's going to be a lot of people that just kind of put it away, think the exact same thing about Halo 5 and never actually give it a go. Halo 5, in my opinion, is an absolutely fantastic game, but that was only after all of the updates that added all the extra stuff to it, like Forge or BTB or Infection. All these things were not there on day one of Halo 5. So when it comes to Halo Infinite, 343 need to make sure all these key features are there in the game, working properly and better than they have ever been before. The last thing that I want as a Halo fan is watching my favorite series go backwards instead of upgrading current features and adding brand new ones in that will just overall make a better experience for the players. So just the other day, I actually put a post on my Twitter basically asking people what they think is a key day one feature for Halo Infinite. What is something that needs to be there that if it's not there, it's going to be a massive negative for the game? This tweet actually got way more attention than what I expected. I expected a couple dozen replies. I think currently it has over 400 or something, so that's kind of nutty. And quick plug, if you're not currently following me on Twitter, make sure you do that. It's just UberNick_. Link to it will be in the description down below. I'm coming up on 6,000 followers, so make sure you go check out my Twitter. I obviously tweet about Halo quite a lot. I ask you guys questions, I start debates, I start discussions, so if you're interested in getting involved with any of them, my Twitter is a great place to be. So I thought in this video I could go through some of the replies and kind of give my opinion on the replies and kind of pick out the ones that I personally think are the most important that 343 focus on for day one of Halo Infinite. And of course, if there's something in this video that I don't cover or I don't mention, I want you guys to drop a comment down below letting me know what you think needs to be there day one of Halo Infinite. It could be a game mode, it could have to do with the campaign, it could be a certain weapon, it could be anything you want. This question is completely wide open, so if you want to answer it any way you want, go for it. You never know, a 343 employee might stumble across this video, watch it, and actually get some ideas from it. You never know. So let's move over to my Twitter and see what you guys had to say. Alright guys, so this is the tweet in question. I put this up just the other day and I said, what is something you think is a day one requirement for Halo Infinite? As you can clearly see, I had close to 500 replies to this tweet, and I gotta say, there was a lot of variety, which is something I was very happy to see. The Halo community is full of so many different types of players. It is absolutely amazing, but it is also something that makes making a Halo game so difficult. You have the campaign people, you have the people that love playing arena for the competitive side, you have the casual players, cough cough, that is me. You have the people that love just using the Forge mode, and then you also have people that love just playing custom games, and there's probably a billion different things that I have not even mentioned. So trying to make a game that will fit all of these different people's wants and desires for a Halo game is going to be a very difficult task, but it is something that 343 do need to try their best to actually achieve. Again, with Halo 5, 343 unfortunately left out a lot of these different communities. For example, with me, I love playing BTB. Yes, we had Warzone, but it's just not the same. I love me some BTB. And whenever we eventually did get BTB, it was no developer made maps, it was all Forge. Forge was fantastic in Halo 5, but it's just not the same. So now I'm going to go through some of the replies and let you guys know what some of the community members want to see on day one of Halo Infinite. Okay, so starting off with probably the most popular reply to my tweet is from a guy called Hidden Experience. Some of you may or may not have heard of him before. I don't know, I think he talks about the flood or something like that. But in all reality, Hidden Experience had a couple of things to say, but the one that stood out to me the most is having the same volume of content that Halo 3/Reach had on day one. Now this one should definitely go without saying. Infinite needs to release with at least the same amount of content that a game that released in 2007 or 2010 had. That is just a pretty obvious thought, you know what I mean? Infinite needs to come out of the gate with the core playlist that people hope and expect to play on day one of Halo. So what this says to me is you have to have a good list of ranked playlists for all the competitive people to play, because obviously Halo has a massive competitive following, but you also need to make sure the social side of Halo is taken care of. So you need your BTB, you need your Infection, your Super Fiesta, any other social game modes that you might think of, they need to be in there day one. Both social and competitive need to be taken care of in full on day one, because I can almost guarantee that some people might look at Halo Infinite, see that their favorite playlist is not there, like BTB. I keep using BTB as a reference, but that was kind of a big deal with Halo 5. But they might look at the lack of BTB and think, well, if they don't care about me on day one, then they obviously won't care about me for the rest of the game. So some people might just kind of call it quits there and never play the game. So obviously playlists can be updated and changed and added through the life cycle of the game, but on day one there are core playlists that need to be there. So it's very important that both sides are met in full. The second tweet is from the pro player Spartan. Side note, the name Spartan for a pro Halo player is like the most badass thing of all time, but whatever, Tyler, you're awesome. Whether you're into esports or not, the competitive side of Halo is very huge. It's probably the biggest side of Halo at this time. Obviously, whenever Infinite comes out, something else might pop up, like the casual side could just become the most popular thing since Fortnite. But for right now, competitive Halo is probably the most popular side of Halo. So having a roadmap so professional players and anyone that wants to try and become a pro in Halo Infinite knows when there's going to be events and how they should try and actually prepare for that. People can start practicing, teams can be formed, and people can get hyped for the events, because watching competitive Halo is one of my favorite things to do. In 10 days, as of recording this video, I'm actually flying to Texas to be a part of a Halo esports competition, so it's pretty cool, alright? It's pretty massive. So having a roadmap day one is key, because it lets players prepare for the future and also helps people know when they should try and form a team instead of sitting around wondering what is going on. Okay, so the next tweet from Alex Murray, on top of the usual theater mode, needs to be key. I don't know what that finger emoji means, but you get the point. With a shit hot photo mode, just look at Forza Horizon 4 for inspiration. So for me personally, theater mode is something that I care about very deeply when it comes to Halo, and especially Halo Infinite, as to be honest with you, theater mode has not been very good in the last couple of Halo games. Halo 4's worked okay, you know, it did what it needed to do, but then with Halo 5, something went horribly wrong, and just, it did not work properly whatsoever. The files were super laggy, they looked like they were choppy, they were in a weird frame rate sometimes, they were in slow motion at other points. It was just very odd and almost unusable at certain times. There's been many occasions where I've got a really awesome clip or a really sick gameplay, but I wasn't recording, went back into theater mode in hopes of salvaging it, and it just was not usable whatsoever because the theater mode did not function well whatsoever. So with Infinite, I am hoping beyond all hopes that they put a massive emphasis on the theater mode and as was mentioned, a photo mode, especially for campaign. That is something I would love to see because people have been wanting that for the longest time. So having a theater mode with really awesome features and tools for content creators like myself to use to make amazing videos is something I want really badly. So hopefully theater mode comes out day one, absolutely smashing it out of the gates, and it's just the best theater mode that we've ever had in a Halo game up to this point. And they could even continually update it after the game to keep improving it and keep making it better and better. So hopefully theater mode gets the treatment it so desperately deserves. Now Kevin Cole says a red-haired Marine yelling "oh my god" when being attacked. You know what, I'm actually totally down for this, and if 343 need a voice actor for this, I might know a guy. I just might be able to help them out here. Okay, so just read the lines as they're written down here. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so this next tweet from -0 is about Forge. Of course, Forge would have to be one of the main replies to this tweet. Forge in Halo 5 was probably the best part of the entire game, but somehow it was not released on the same day as release. So if Halo Infinite comes out without Forge, my mind would be blown. I think the entire Halo community collectively would just be completely shocked at 343. Forge is not only an awesome tool where you can just kind of jump in and build whatever you want, but custom games are such an integral part about Halo. People use them for fun, they use them to warm up, they use them just for any other reason you can think of, and all of them are possible because of Forge. Some of the most insane games you will ever play are created with Halo 5 Forge, and without that tool, so many awesome experiences would not be possible. So I'm hoping with the Slipspace engine, Forge is a central thought. It is something they are really working with to create it even better than what Halo 5's was, which was already amazing. So I am super excited at the potential of Forge going into the future. So Forge is pretty much top of my list for something that needs to be in Halo Infinite day one. Okay, so just to close out the video, I thought I would make a short list of the very important things that need to be there on day one of Halo Infinite, in my opinion. So to start off this list, social playlists need to be there. So BTB, Infection, everything I already mentioned earlier in the video, they need to be there. There is no excuse for no BTB. That is absolutely key, in my opinion, for a successful launch for Halo Infinite. Forge 100% needs to be there. They can't afford to kind of release it in a content update a few weeks later or even a month later. It needs to be there on day of release so people can get started making custom games as soon as the game comes out, because there's people who only enjoy doing that and nothing else. It needs to come out with a top tier theater mode. I'm talking one of the best theaters that we've ever seen in any game ever, not just a Halo game, but any game ever. This needs to be the absolute #1 theater. Halo has so many awesome opportunities, especially with the long, rich machinima history this game series has. So machinima makers want to make stuff, they just need the tools to actually go out and do it. Of course, I'm not going to mention stuff like campaign and multiplayer, because campaign and multiplayer are just going to be there. You know, there's no way they wouldn't release the game without the campaign. That would be kind of insane. So of course those will be there on release. It would also be awesome if we got like a firefight mode. I've always really enjoyed firefight, so having firefight directly in the game from the start, I would be a huge fan of that. I also want to mention that I do know that game development is very difficult. It is not easy by any means, so anything that ever gets cut from a game, especially a Halo game, it's not because they want to or don't care about the community. If anything, they probably feel awful that it has to go. For example, split screen was taken out of Halo 5, and I can guarantee not one person in 343 thought to themselves, nobody's going to care about split screen, I'll happily get rid of this. It was probably quite the opposite feeling. So it's really awesome that split screen has already been confirmed to be working in Halo Infinite, so that is 100% coming back to the franchise, which is awesome. But since Halo Infinite is still so far away, hopefully we can use our voice as a combined community to let them know what we need on day one of Infinite to hopefully make it the best game it can be. Collectively together alongside 343, the community can hopefully tell them exactly what they want, and we'll get the best game we can possibly get, because in the end of the day, that's all we want. We just want an awesome Halo game. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below, subscribe if you're brand new. This video took a lot of work. I hope you enjoyed the intro. I thought the intro was pretty good, not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy with it. So drop a comment down below, let me know what you want to see in Halo Infinite day one. I'd be very interested in reading through all of your comments. Love you all, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!